You know when you swirl a glass of really good wine and you see that deep color, you take in that incredible aroma? We always think the magic happens in the cellar, right? With all the oak barrels and the big steel tanks. But today, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you how the real artistry, the real magic, begins months or even seasons earlier, out in the sun-drenched vineyard.
So, what is the big secret? Well, it's not just about picking the grapes at that one perfect moment. The real key, the thing that separates good wine from truly great wine, is all about meticulously shaping the vine itself all summer long. Let's dive in.
All right, so the hero of our story today is a practice called green pruning. I want you to think of a winemaker not just as a farmer, but as a sculptor. And the living, breathing, growing grapevine, that's their marble. This is the art of shaping the plant during its most energetic, most vigorous phase.
So, what is it exactly? Well, simply put, green pruning covers pretty much every single cut, tuck, and trim that's made on the vine's green parts. We're talking the shoots, the leaves, even the grape clusters themselves, all through the summer. It's like having a constant conversation with the plant, guiding its energy from the moment the first buds pop in spring right up until the harvest. This slide breaks it down perfectly. Think about it like this. Winter pruning, or dry pruning, is like writing the script for a play. You're setting the potential, deciding how many characters or buds you're going to have. But summer's green pruning? Whoa, that's like directing the play in real time. It's this dynamic process of reacting to the weather, to the vine's growth, and steering all that energy towards a perfect final performance. The first act of this play kicks off in the spring, right after the buds burst open. And let me tell you, the vine just explodes with energy, sending out new green shoots absolutely everywhere. So the very first job is to bring a little order to that beautiful chaos. And the mission here? It's simple, but it is so crucial. Get rid of the unnecessary competition. See, a vine only has a finite amount of energy and can only produce so much sugar. By removing some of the extra shoots early on, you're basically funneling all of that precious energy into the shoots that are in the best position to grow amazing grapes. And the benefits are huge. You're not just tidying things up here, you're actually speeding up how the vine builds its structure, and you're making sure the best shoots get all the good stuff. You're also getting rid of things called suckers and creating better airflow around the future grapes, which helps stop diseases before they can even start. It is strategic, proactive gardening on a massive scale. And make no mistake, this is incredibly precise, hands-on work. This isn't something you can just rush through. It's often done by hand, shoot by individual shoot, when they're only about 15 to 20 centimeters long. And the timing is everything. Go too early, and you might have to do it all over again. Wait too long, and the shoots get woody and much harder to remove. Okay, so we've got the vine's main structure under control. Now, the focus shifts. It's all about the canopy now. That whole world of leaves that's surrounding the baby grape clusters. And the goal here is to create the perfect little micro-universe for those grapes to ripen in. This next step is a super delicate balancing act. You gotta let in just the right amount of sun. Too little sun and the grapes won't ripen properly, they'll be bland. But too much sun, they can literally get sunburned, which ruins the flavor. You're basically becoming a curator for sunlight. By just taking off a few select leaves, you achieve so much all at once. You improve airflow, which helps keep things like mold and rot away. You expose the grapes to sunlight, which is absolutely critical for developing those deep, rich colors. That's thanks to compounds called anthocyanins, and for building complex flavors. It even makes the final harvest, whether by hand or machine, way more efficient. Every single leaf that's removed has a very specific purpose. So how do they actually do it? Well, it can be super traditional, just a pair of hand scissors for meticulous work on high-end wines. Or for larger vineyards, you can go really high-tech. There are incredible machines that use powerful jets of air or even targeted heat to remove the perfect amount of foliage. It's pretty wild. All right, now we get to what might be the most dramatic and maybe the toughest decision a winemaker has to make out there in the vineyard. This is the moment where they willingly sacrifice a huge chunk of their crop, all for the sake of ultimate quality. This last mission is all about one thing: concentration. See, if a vine is trying to ripen way too many grape clusters, its energy, all its sugars, all its flavor compounds, just gets diluted. It's spread too thin. The solution? You have to remove some of those clusters so the vine can pour all of its goodness into what's left. And this is the part that just blows my mind.
Vintners will often get rid of somewhere between 25 and 50% of the potential harvest. Yeah, you heard me right. Up to half of the grapes are intentionally dropped on the ground, never to become wine. It's a gut-wrenching decision for sure, but it's a necessary sacrifice. So why on earth would they do that? Well, imagine it's a cool or a rainy year. This might be the only way to get the remaining grapes to ripen fully. It guarantees every berry that's left is absolutely packed with concentrated flavor. And in many famous European wine regions, it's not even a choice. It's actually required by law to meet their strict quality standards. Now, while the basic ideas behind green pruning are ancient, the way it's done today has changed a lot. What used to be done completely by hand, which took forever, can now be accomplished with an impressive lineup of specialized machinery. Just look at this. This gives you an idea of the sheer scale of modern viticulture. I mean, these machines might look like they're from a sci-fi movie, right? But they're designed to do these really delicate jobs, like trimming the canopy or removing leaves, over hundreds of acres with unbelievable precision and speed. The modern winemaker's toolkit is pretty amazing. You've got trimming machines with these long cutter bars that give the canopy a perfect haircut. You've got sucker removers that use these big, rotating brushes to keep the vine trunk clean. And then you have those powerful leaf removers that use targeted blasts of air. It's this incredible fusion of old-school farming wisdom and cutting-edge engineering. So, after all of that work, all the thinning, all the trimming, all the shaping, we finally come full circle. We can connect all that hard, intensive labor out in the vineyard directly to the wine that we get to enjoy in our glass. So the next time you pour yourself a glass of wine, just remember this: that perfect balance, that intensity of flavor, that beautiful, deep color, it didn't just happen by accident. It is the direct result of a whole season's worth of meticulous, difficult decisions and skillful work. It's the story of a vine literally sculpted for perfection. Because when you get right down to it, that amazing glass of wine is so much more than just fermented grape juice, isn't it? It's really the final expression, the final chapter of an entire season of artistry out in the field, a testament to the hidden craft of sculpting the perfect vine. It really makes you see it in a whole new light.